about gorillas. It so happened that the word gorilla was trending in some quarters, and the conversation was really about someone made a post and said, if I put 100 men against a gorilla in physical combat without weapons, would the 100 men win? And it became an interesting conversation on the radio because it segued into the fact that our superiority in the food chain, if you like, or on this planet as human beings, is not about our physical strength. It's about our mental capacity, our ability to think far better, far beyond any other species, if I may say so. So I want you to, connect that to what you're doing. A lot of time we think that we can make more progress by exerting more effort, that our capacity to be effective is not so much as how much physical energy we put into what we are doing, but how much mental energy we put into it. That is why strategy is important. That is why it's important to learn frameworks of thinking. One framework of thinking that I will share with you today is called the Pareto Principle. The Pareto Principle is also called the 80-20 rule. And the 80-20 rule simply says something like 80% of your results are the outcome of 20% of your efforts. And we could put it in so many other ways. We could talk about the fact that 80% of your employees in your organization are producing 20% of the results, or 20% of your employees are responsible for 80% of the results, or 80% of your products are only giving you 20% of revenue. Flipping it to the other side, 20% of your products are giving you 80% of revenue. You could go on and on and on and on with this rule. But in essence, what the rule is saying is that you need to isolate what is really producing results, because the majority of what you are involved in is not producing results. The majority of what you're involved in is only producing minimal results. There's a certain minority, there's a certain 20% that is responsible for the majority of your outcomes. And the more you identify elements of that 20%, you're able to be more effective, because you now channel energy towards that 20%. You channel more energy into the 20% that is producing 80% of the outcomes of the results. So it's important to once in a while step back and analyze. You can analyze in terms of your staff's strength, your staff, the scope of your staff. You can analyze in terms of the scope of your activities as a person, as an organization. You can analyze in terms of the number of products you are trying to sell and so forth, and ask yourself which 20% is producing 80% of the results, so that you can focus on that and amplify the results over time. That is what Pareto is basically saying. And that is where that segue of our superiority is not in our physical strength. Many of us, if we were to go back to the Stone Age where everybody had to go to the farm, we probably will not survive. So today, our capabilities, our capacity to excel is not so much our ability to exert physical energy, it's our ability to think, to explore mentally what the most appropriate effort, where we must put our effort, the most appropriate place to put in our effort, where we must channel our energies. That's 20% that is producing 80%. Thank you for listening to this, and have a wonderful day.